Hey everyone, welcome to another $1,000 strap search. I've got my $1,000 in singles here and I'm about to show you what I found. But before I do, let's talk about this week's tip. Now, I know you guys know that I am mostly into currency. However, I do dabble a little bit in some coins and, of course, some silver and gold. Now, I was watching one of Ontario 100's recent videos where he just asked a very simple question that kind of shook my world. He asked, "What do you think the price of silver and gold will be in 12 months?" And I never really thought about that. I bought a bunch of silver at the start of 2020, and when all of the stuff hit, I saw silver drop. It went from 13 down to 10. So I bought even more silver because I knew that silver was going to go up. And lo and behold, silver's at 24, 25, 26 bucks an ounce now. Well, why did it go from $11 an ounce to $26 an ounce over the course of 11 months? Yeah, I'm not a financial advisor. I want to throw that out there. I'm just explaining what I did. Well, I can't think of another investment where I would have made over 100% in 11 months, 10 months. So I thought to myself, all right, why did it go up that high? It went up that high because of the virus and the pandemic and all that other stuff. Well, they just announced that there's vaccines coming. And if there's vaccines coming, that means that eventually things should start getting back to normal. And if things start getting back to normal, what does that mean for the price of silver and the price of gold? Well, to me, that says that it should go back to what it was prior to all of this happening. Maybe a little bit more than what it was, but it should be somewhere in the realm of what it was before all this happened. And so that's what I did. I decided I was going to take advantage of the ridiculous prices for silver and gold. So I sold a lot of my silver and gold. Now, like I said, I bought it for $11 an ounce, $10 an ounce. So selling it for more than 100% profit, that's never a bad thing. It's never bad to make money on a deal. Now, some of you may think I'm crazy for selling all my stuff, but like I said, I've watched silver go up and down $1 a day. It'll go up one day, down one day, up one day, down one day. But there are people on TV saying we're rounding a corner. Well, if you believe that we're rounding a corner, then silver's going to go down. What if you don't believe the guy who's saying we're rounding the corner? Well, there's a vaccine coming out. You don't have to listen to somebody saying we're rounding the corner. You can see that things are going to be going back to normal. Now, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you to take the silver you just paid $26 an ounce for and sell it for $24, because that would be silly. But I only had $11 an ounce invested. So, yeah, I'm going to take my profit now while the going's good. And we'll see what happens by next November or December. And if silver is under this current price, maybe I'll buy my silver back. If it's not, if it's over the price, well, I still made a profit. So it's a win-win. All right. Anyway, here's my 1,000 in singles. Let's get these out of the way and take a quick peek at what I found this week. Did find quite a bit of stuff. First note is interesting. You'll see it's got an A on there. If I turn it over, you can see the A. Now, the average person would think that's going to be some type of error or some kind of misprint, and that's not. That's clearly a counter stamp, and you can even see the black right here. That was also part of that particular stamp there. So not an error, not anything unusual, just a note that's got a stamp on it. Not everything is worth $1 million that you find. I did find some Where's George notes. I recognized this particular stamp. So there's this one, and I got a second one as well. So I will be logging both of those at where'sgeorge.com. Found an alternator. 71717141. If that for, but yes, ifs and buts, we know about that. So yeah, it's an alternator. We're not going to cry about it not being a perfect binary like that. Did find some birthday notes. This one would be January 16th, 1993. This one would be August 29th, 1945. And this one would be either October 5th, 1940, or May 10th, 1940. Did find some trinaries, 4s, 5s, and 7s here. Look at this one, 2s, 6s, and 7s. At a glance, it looks like so many different things. Is it a repeater? No, it's not. 2, 6, 7, 6. 6, 7, 2, 6. Is it a radar? No, because it starts with a 2 and ends with a 6, so it's definitely not a radar. Some people would call this bookends because you've got 26 there, 26 there, and then this here is a radar in the middle. So a little bit of interest there, but I don't think it's worth anything more than face value. I'm simply going to keep it because it's a trinary in good condition. Maybe I'll find another one to match it. This one came out of the same strap, so it's another trinary, 2s, 6s, and 7s, also in really good shape. This one is 0s, 5s, and 8s for a trinary, and it's an old one, 2006, and it's in really good shape. Really good paper quality on that one. This is quads, quad 0s in the center there. This one starts off with quad 2s, and it's got the 5th to go with it from 2003A. Not in the greatest of shape. Did find some stars. This one is a star from 2017, and it's a trinary, 0s, 1s, and 9s. Fairly low number, so that's got a little potential. Another star here from 2017. And this one's 2013 for a star. This one's pretty rough. Hopefully it's not rare. Same with that one. This one's in better shape. Now, I always like it when I see the zeros in the beginning. It doesn't really indicate that it's a lower number or more rare, but it seems that if you look at all the rares tend to be lower. Not all the time, but all the rare numbers seem to be the lower numbers. That's why when I start to see zeros, I get a little hopeful. Another 2013. Here's a star from 2006. Not in the greatest of shape, but 2006 nonetheless, starting with a couple zeros. Now, I don't normally pull 2001s, but I haven't seen very many lately. So I figured instead of starting at 1999, I might bump it up to 2001. And yeah, so we're going to move that little line to 2001. I do have some, not many, but I wanted to make sure I started grabbing them because they are getting harder and harder to find. There's a 1999, another 99, kind of rough shape, another 99, another 99. 1995. Now, once we get to 1995, you're looking for the web notes. That would just be a note that's got a single digit there. No FW, no D, just a tiny little number there. Another 1995. See, this one still has the E. If that didn't have an E, if it just had that number, that would be a web note. And the oldest note in the group, found in circulation, and it looks like it's been roaming circulation since then. Check it out, 1963B, Joseph W. Barr note. Joseph W. Barr was only the Secretary of the Treasury for 30 days. Didn't leave a lot of time for these notes to be printed. There were quite a few printed, but not compared to all the other series. So these are the ones that everybody's looking for, and I tend to find more of these than 1963s or 63As or 63Cs. If I find a 63, it's usually a 63B. All right, so that's what I've got for you this time. So what did I pull out? Well, since I was talking about precious metal and silver to start with, I decided this week I'm going to pull out some silver. And what I've got here, this is known as a Queens Beast. Queens Beast, this is a 5-pound coin. Not that it weighs 5 pounds, but it's worth 5 pounds. A Queen's Beast is actually 2 ounces right here. The White Greyhound of Richmond, 2 ounces fine silver, 9999. 4 nines fine. 4 nines fine, and 2021. So this is the newest version of the Queen's Beast. Now it's roughly the same size as your normal round, but look at how thick this thing is. It's twice as thick that you'd find. I love the reading on the edge. You've got the queen there, but my favorite part is this side right here. White Greyhounds of Richmond is what it says there, and you can see the greyhound in the coat of arms. Now, I don't do a whole lot of coin collecting for specific coins, but when I saw Silver Surfer bring up his Queen's Beast and saw that 2021 was the Greyhound, I had to get it. I think 2021 is the last one in the series. They did one a year for a number of years, and it looks like this is the last one. So I definitely wanted to jump on a Queens Beast, a 2-ounce round featuring a Greyhound. Now, the thing that got me the most was that it does feature a Greyhound. And I have owned a number of Greyhounds, and they are some of the coolest dogs you will ever meet. I don't have any of them anymore, but I'll introduce you to my family. This was Flying Private. That was her race name. We just called her Private. Greyhounds usually have a race name and then they have a kennel name. A lot of times they're different because you don't want people in the stands screaming the Greyhound's real name while they're racing. But this was Flying Private. And this was Moneymaker Scott. Scotty is what we called him. And my other two Greyhounds, this one is Stat US Morgan, and this is Willow Run Dobbs. So Morgan and Dobbs, Scotty and Private. Those were my puppies. I don't have them anymore. I had these two first, and when they were gone, I got two more, and now they're gone. They make great pets. Greyhounds are awesome dogs. They are 40-mile-an-hour couch potatoes is what they're called. They don't do much but sit on the couch. You let them out, they'll do laps in the yard real quick, and then they'll go back to sleep for another 20 hours. They're extremely friendly because they're used to being handled by people. And when you go walking with a Greyhound, everybody comes running and asking, is that a Greyhound? Yep, they sure are. Great dogs to have, and I've owned a number of them in the past. So when I saw that the Queens Beast for 2021 was honoring a Greyhound, yeah, I had to pick up one of those. So thank you, Silver Surfer, for letting me see something like this and letting me dive into one of my passions with Greyhounds, another one of my passions with coin collecting and currency collecting. You get to merge these together, so thank you. And thank you, Ontario 100, for making me think about why I collect precious metal in the first place. You usually want to have precious metal so you can catch one of those ridiculous runs, like when it doubles in price in 8 months. Cash out, start again. That's what I decided to do. Anyway, you guys choose your own destination with precious metals. I'm not telling you what you should or should do. I'm simply telling you what I did, and hopefully you'll have the same luck as I did. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you again next week.